Welcome to One Chemistry. Always try to do your best. Now, let us see about 100 concepts in organic chemistry. We are seeing it as episode. This is the episode number 55. If you didn't watch previous episodes, I encourage you to go and see. Here, we solve 5 problems step by step. Stay tuned. Let us see the first question. They are giving benzoic acid. They are treating with sodium in liquid ammonia and butyl bromide. Here they are asking which product is formed due to the reactants. A is the one which reduced product C4H9 near COOH. In B, C4H9 in meta. In C, C4H9 in para. In D, there is no reduction, only C4H9 attachment and substitution. So basically you are arguing between reduction and substitution. So from the question and 4 different answers, you might realize the question is really about regioselective reduction versus substitution. The answer is A. Let us see how. Here benzoic acid react with sodium and liquid ammonia. Basically it's a pitch reduction. Pitch reduction is the important reaction because regioselective reduction will be there. In pitch reduction, the key point is the double bond formed away from electron withdrawing group, or you can say formed near from electron donating group. COOH is electron withdrawing group, so what really happens is double bond form away. Basically it's the 1,4 bond. And next step, you are using the base sodium and liquid ammonia. It can abstract the proton, the anion form near COOH. Other protons are there, but stable anion near electron withdrawing group COOH. So what really happens is the anion is formed. Next step, you are using C4H9, where it will separate as plus and B are minus. So the cation attacks there. You have substitution near the COOH position. So the answer is clearly A there. Here the concepts you have to learn here is in pitch reduction, the double bond formed near the electron donating group. Second thing is proton abstraction happen in the way that stable anion is formed. Then let us look at the next question. They are asking starting metal A with malic anhydride. The product is Diels-Alder product. So you have to guess which one will go faster. Basically they are asking reactivity order of dye in there. You have dienophile, they are asking dye in there. The first one is cyclopentadiene, second one is tertiary butyldiene is there, third one is transdiene, fourth one is trans simple diene there. So basically 4 different products. From the Diels-Alder reaction and 4 different reactants, you might realize the question is really about structure versus its reactivity. The answer is B. Let us see how. Before we get into the answer, we have to realize the concepts that Diels-Alder reaction requires S-cis alkene with more electron density. Electron withdrawing group normally donate more electron, create more electron density. Let us analyze all 4 possibilities. The first one is the perfect one. It always cis with electron donating methylene group. If you look at the second one, it's the very least one because it cannot convert into S-cis form. It cannot isomerize, it cannot rotate because of the bulky tertiary butyl group. So reactivity will be very low. You found high and low values. Then compare between 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is a transdiene. Yes, it can convert into cis form. But 3 has electron donating methylene group on diene there. So 3 is more reactive than 4. So if you compare the answer, 2 is more reactive than 4, then reactive than 3, then the first will be very reactive there. So the answer is clearly B there. If you look at the trend there, 1 is very reactive, then third will come, then fourth will come, least will be the second one because of tertiary butyl groups. Here the concepts you have to learn here is tertiary butyl group create the steric effect. It avoids the Diels-Alder reaction, and you should know the fact that rigid rings are better for the Diels-Alder reaction. Then let us look at next question. They given the 4 different compound P, Q, R, S. They are asking aromatic molecule among that. The P is cyclopentyl group with alkene. The conjugated diene is there. Q is cyclooctatetraene, R is two 7-member ring system with conjugated diene, and S is 7-member and 5-member system. All are fused system. So you have to find aromatic molecule among that. So you have to guess the Huckel electron, planarity and conjugation. So from the 4 different structure and possible question of aromaticity, you might realize the question is really about ring size versus aromaticity. The answer is D. Let us see how. Here the table can help you. Basically you have to know the nature of the molecule from the pi electron, conjugation and planarity. The first one you have 8 pi electrons, so definitely it's a 4-ion system, it is anti-aromatic. If you look at the Q, it's a non-planar molecule. Because of its dub shape, it is not aromatic. Because basic planarity is lost, so it's not aromatic. If you look at the R, it's a 12 pi electron, it's a 4-ion system where N is 3, but it is conjugated as well as planar. So the system is definitely anti-aromatic there. But if you look at the S, you should see it's a 10 pi electron system, conjugated and planar, so system is aromatic there. So the answer is clearly D. S is actually aromatic. Here the concepts you have to learn here is cyclooctatetraene. It is always non-planar molecule. It is not aromatic. Then you have to memorize the table of 4n and 4n plus 2 and pi electron. So you have to guess aromaticity, anti-aromaticity and the non-aromatic molecule from there. Then let us look at the next question. They given the cumulative diene. The first one carbon connected with dienes on both sides. One is with 2 chlorine atom and another is chlorine and hydrogen. The same system extended with one more carbon. You have the Q1. R is cumulative diene with 3D structure. Hydrogen above the plane, chlorine below the plane and H and Cl on the plane. S is the biphenyl molecule with 2 chlorine atom and one side chlorine and hydrogen. All are ortho substitution. Here they are asking chiral compound. Here you have to find from the axis chirality which one is chiral. So from the 4 different structure with cumulative dienes and its chiral nature, you might realize the question is really about symmetry versus chirality. You have to identify the plane of symmetry there. The answer is C. Let us see how. Here our aim is to find the mirror plane inside. If there is no mirror plane inside, the compound is optically active. You can say it's a chiral molecule. Here you have to find the mirror planes in every molecule. If there is no mirror plane, the compound is chiral. Obviously it will be optically active. Here you have to know the carbon number is important and the atoms connected are important. P1 you have 2 chlorine atom connected, so you can draw plane easily. On the plane of hydrogen and chlorine, both chlorine on other side will reflect each other, so it has mirror plane inside. If you look at the Q, the molecule has 3 cumulative diene, so the molecule will be definitely planar. So every molecule in the plane, so plane is the computer screen, every atom bisected to half, so it is not chiral molecule. If you look at the S, the molecule has axis and you have chlorine there, both are chlorine, so you can draw mirror plane from hydrogen through chlorine. It is like P, but S is with phenyl group. But if you look at the R, there is no mirror plane. The chlorine and hydrogen are opposite each other on both ends, so it don't have any mirror plane. It is chiral, it is optically active. Here the concepts you have to learn here is the molecules with mirror plane will be optically inactive. Then let us look at the next question. They are asking EC homolytic breaking in the CC bond. They given the ethane and they given the butane. They given the 2,3 dimethyl butane and they given the 2,2,3,3 tetramethyl butane. Basically we are increasing the methyl there. So from the question of homolytic breaking, the CC bond nature, you might realize the question is really about substitution versus bond strength and homolysis. The answer is D. Let us see how. Here you have to analyze the molecule by EC leaving of carbon-carbon as well as the radical stability there. Here the tertiary butyl groups are very stable in terms of radical because it's stabilized by methyl group, the radical can exchange itself. So tertiary is more stable when compared to secondary and primary. That is the one factor. Another factor is steric effect of carbon with tertiary butyl group. The steric effect is very strong. All groups are repel each other. So you have weakened center CC bond there. So if you give little bit push, it will break as the radical. The radical will be stabilized as tertiary one. So the answer is clearly D there. Here the concepts you have to learn here is radical stability. Tertiary radical is always stabler than secondary and primary. Then bulkiness. Bulkiness creates a steric effect which repel the bond. It can create the bond weakening. That's all from this episode. I hope it was easy. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, comment below. Stay tuned for next episode.